Over-reliance on one company, one country, one trade route comes with risks. And that is why the European Green Deal puts such strong emphasis on not just reducing emissions, but also on a strong, competitive European presence in the new clean energy economy. And this includes Europe's leadership in clean energy technology, development, and innovation. Like in all democracies, our freedom comes with risks. There will always be those who try to exploit our openness, both from inside and out. There will always be attempts to push us off track, for example, with disinformation and misinformation. And nowhere has there been more of that than on the issue of Ukraine. So let me provide you with some real information. Russia is failing on strategic goals. It is first and foremost a military failure. We haven't forgotten that when Russia invaded Ukraine, many feared that Kyiv would fall in just a few days and the rest of the country within weeks. This did not happen. Instead, Russia has lost roughly half of its military capabilities. Ukraine has driven Russia out of half of the territories it had captured. Ukraine has pushed back Russia's Black Sea fleet and reopened a maritime corridor to deliver the grain to the world. And Ukraine has retained its freedom and its independence. Russia's failure is also economic. Sanctions have decoupled its economy from modern technology and innovation. Russia is now dependent on China. And finally, Russia's failure is also diplomatic. Finland has joined NATO. Sweden will follow soon. And Ukraine is closer than ever on its path to the European Union. And all of this tells us that Ukraine can prevail in this war. But we must continue to empower their resistance. Ukrainians need predictable financing throughout 2024 and beyond. They need a sustained supply of weapons to defend Ukraine and regain its rightful territory. They need capabilities to deter future attacks by Russia. And they also need hope. They need to know that with their struggle, they will earn a better future for their children. And Ukraine's better future is called Europe. And it was with immense joy that last month we decided to launch the negotiations of accession for Ukraine's EU membership. This will be Ukraine's historic achievement, and it will be Europe responding the call of history. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that Russia's invasion has also had an impact on the cost of living and the cost of doing business here in Europe. I know how much that has affected some of your companies. But I started by saying that the risks we face require collaboration between countries and businesses, and that our joint capacity to respond was far stronger than we might believe. And nowhere is this best exemplified than when it comes to energy and sustainability. 2 years ago, before Russia's aggression against Ukraine, 1 in 5 units of energy consumed in the European Union in 2021 were imported from Russia. The high dependence on Russia was widely recognized as a risk, especially after Russia's occupation of Crimea. And then came Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Russia had already increased Europe's vulnerability by deliberately not filling gas storages to their usual level. And in the face of Ukrainian heroism and European solidarity, Putin decided that the time had come to threaten Europe directly by cutting gas supplies and using energy as his weapon. We all carry the bruises from Putin's decision. We face difficult choices and uncertainty, especially during winters. But we made the right choices. Now, only 2 years later, Europe has taken its energy destiny back into its own hands. Last year, 1 in 20 units of energy consumed in the European Union came from Russia. Sure, the crisis checked momentum in the European economy, but fears of economic collapse proved unfounded. And now energy prices have come down and stayed low, even during the recent cold snap at the start of January. Gas storages are still well supplied. Europe has made real progress in improving the resilience of its energy system. How was this possible? Because we acted in collaboration. Because we had well-functioning and open markets and good friends around the world that stepped up and stepped in alternative supplies. Because we had a single market that allowed us to redirect flows of energies to where it was needed. But most of all, because we doubled down on clean energy transitions, investing in the clean, efficient, and renewable technologies of the future. European industries and companies have been central to this. Latest numbers from the International Energy Agency show that growth in renewable energy capacity hit another record in the European Union in 2023. And the European Union improved the efficiency of its energy. The best energy is the one that is not used, by almost 5%. And in this way, we turned Putin's challenge into a major new opportunity. Last year, for the first time, the European Union produced more electricity from sun and wind than from gas. And this year, for the first time, the European Union is set to get more overall energy from wind and solar photovoltaic than it does from Russia. That is good news. But amid the reasons for optimism, let us not forget a key lesson from the crisis. Over-reliance on one company, one country, one trade route comes with risks. And that is why the European Green Deal puts such strong emphasis on not just reducing emissions, but also on a strong, competitive European presence in the new clean energy economy. And this includes Europe's leadership in clean energy technology, development, and innovation.